Hey, what's going on? It's James Canzanella, your Affilio hero, and in today's awesome video, what I'm going to be doing is kind of going over on the old Google trusty dusty whiteboard how to get free traffic to your website. Now, obviously traffic is extremely important, especially if you have something on your website. If you set up your website, you got a lot of content on it, maybe you got an opt-in page, maybe you got affiliate links, maybe you got who knows, whatever it is, your greatest trophies, your greatest accomplishments, and no one sees it. Does it matter? No, because no one sees it and nothing's going to happen. So let's allow you to change that, and I'm pretty much going to walk over a lot of the steps that I use when it comes to getting free traffic through organic search, obviously Google search, and so on and so forth. So if you are new to this channel and your first time here, maybe you've been here a while, you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so, as I will be putting out many more affiliate/internet marketing videos and trainings such as this one. So, oh hey, how you doing? Let's begin. Or not. Let's not delete this. Okay, very cool. So the first thing, what we want to do, this is pretty much going to be when it comes to SEO. I love SEO, so I'm going to try and simplify this as much as possible. I'm not going to go into like the deepest, darkest details ever. Not that there is any, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to go in exquisite detail here, so just keep in mind. First thing what we want to do is we're going to have a post. Okay? This is going to be an article. The length, okay? Let's talk about the length. Everyone's like, how long should an article be? And everyone always responds, how long is a piece of string? For this strategy, what we're going to be doing is going for lower competition type of keywords that are usually longer tail. They're easier to rank for, like you don't need many links and the content doesn't need to be as long. So I'm just going to put a rule of thumb right here, 500 to 1,000. It could be less, could be more, usually not going to be more for these types, okay? What we want to do, obviously when you go to create a post in WordPress, there's going to be a few things you're going to want. Title, and then like the URL. Okay, so that's going to be the slug. So let's say your website is your awesome website. Let's abbreviate that so it's yaw.com. Okay, the URL after it is probably going to be what the keyword's going to be. Okay, so we're getting ahead of ourselves though, so we need the keyword as well. So title is pretty much going to be very similar to the keyword. Now, let me just pull a random keyword out of thin air when it comes to affiliate marketing. Let me think. Okay, so let's say it's going to be how to make money with ClickFunnels and ClickBank, something like that, okay? So what normally you'd want to do is when it comes to the keyword is use the keyword in the rest of the URL. You can use this entire thing. I've done it before, it works, but I usually like to shorten it where I'll just put like the important parts of it. So for this, it would be like ClickFunnels minus sign, whatever you want to call it, ClickBank. And then the title will actually be the keyword. So how to make money with ClickFunnels and ClickBank. Okay, so that's pretty much the setup. And when it comes to that, and we can kind of continue on. So we have the content. Here's what I like to do when it comes to writing content. Now, this is just an example of a random keyword. You can do this for anything. You will need to do a little bit more researching when it comes to like difficulty, how many links you might need. I do recommend Ubersuggest. It is a tool that Neil Patel took over. It does help. It's not the greatest in the world, but for being free, it's pretty damn good. We can actually plug in your keyword and see like what the difficulty is going to be. In fact, let me open it up and actually copy this. I don't know if this is a real keyword. I think it is. It should be because you can do that. But give me one sec. All right, so here I am. This is the free tool called Ubersuggest. I'm just going to paste that into there. Let's do a search and see what happens. Okay, and look at this, SEO difficulty, easy, okay? Estimated competition in organic search. Obviously, the search volume is 0, not a whole lot of data to display, probably because like for this specific long tail keyword, people aren't typing that in as much. However, I guarantee you there's a lot of keywords when it comes to like ClickFunnels and ClickBank that aren't as longer tail, or there's less words, so to speak. So keep that in mind. But once again, this is just an example. I'm just using this as a random keyword. If you were going to use one, you probably want to look for a little bit more search volume. However, these aren't always 100% accurate. I have ranked for terms where the search volume was very minimal, and I've gotten in return a lot of search volume. It also depends on the trends. If you're going for something that's trendy, or it's like a holiday season, you know, sometimes with Black Friday or Halloween or Christmas, there are going to be specific type of keywords that are going to be doing better depending on what season is. That's just something to keep in mind. All right, so that's that tool. Let's get back to where we were. All right, so we checked that out, and let's just say it did have some traffic. Difficulty is good. Okay, a lot of times, like it's going to be pretty easy to tell like when you a keyword is going to be very tough, like weight loss or how to lose weight. It's funny, there's actually rank trackers out there, or rank trackers or keyword difficulty tools, where like when it gets to the toughest, it's like don't even bother. Like it tells you, it's like go home, don't even try and do this. It's going to take forever, a ton of money, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so let's talk about the structure now of the article. Okay, so we have the introduction. We have, then I like to call the H2, which is a header. And then I like doing H3. I'll explain these in a sec. And then like a conclusion. Okay, so there's a million ways to skin a cat, so to speak. You can eat an elephant one bite at a time. I don't know if those are related, but there are 2 quotes for you that involve animals. You're welcome. Okay, so the H2, first you can have the introduction. It's going to be like, thanks for stopping by, learning how to make money with ClickFunnels and ClickBank. I'm going to show you a step-by-step way of doing this. We can actually set it up, get it up and running, and it's actually not going to take a long time to do, especially for the fact that you can create a funnel in 10 minutes. Are you ready to begin? Let's go, okay? That pretty much what I was saying is like the introduction. It's an introduction to anything. You're going to be letting them know what they're going to be seeing and so on and so forth. So the H2 is going to be a header 2. You can't see it right now, but Google Docs does have the headers where they're usually a little bit bigger or smaller. So for the header, I'd be like, something similar to the keyword. Let's see, combining ClickFunnels and ClickBank. So this is where I would talk about something related to this. So it could be like finding offers, setting up landing pages, or I could just do ClickFunnels and ClickBank, something like that. Talk about this. I'm getting ahead of myself, okay? So let's talk about CF and CB here, why they are so great, blah, blah, blah. And now the H3s right here can all be steps. So like the first step is going to be finding offers, okay? So let's actually make this bigger. Let's pretend this was actually the post. So right here, this is going to be our title. It's going to be H1. Let me find, there we go, heading. So that's H1, okay, introduction. Now we have H2 here. Now we're going to talk about that. Now we have our H3s, okay? They're kind of nestled in with them, okay? So you usually don't want to do like H2 and then like H5, H7. You have H2 and then these H3s are going to go within this, okay? So let's do finding offers. This is going to be H3, heading 3. Let's talk about, best offers to find, what to look for, how to get paid more commissions, so on and so forth. Like this is all going to be related to finding offers. So what's the next step after that? Let's just say like setting up your funnel. This is going to be, let's say, an H3 once again. So for this, we're going to talk about the steps. Your squeeze page, your thank you page, and so on and so forth. Okay, so whatever else we have to do with that. Then, of course, once we have everything set up, we could say getting traffic. All right, that could be a section 2. So this, once again, is going to be an H3. There we go. You can actually see that when I bring it down, so that's good. Then once again, we could say like Bing ads, okay, or maybe Facebook ads, just in, pretending I was making that page. You would be talking about there. Now, something cool you also want to do is in these H2s and 3s, you can also use a lot of your related keywords, whether it's going to be something to ClickFunnels and ClickBank that's actually going to help you get traffic, not just like this long keyword, but if you use variations of it. This is where tools like keywordtool.io can really help you, where if you type in something like ClickFunnels and ClickBank, they'll give you a lot of different variations of them, and those you can actually sprinkle all within your post, in your headings, and so on and so forth, okay? Then last, we'd wrap it up. You go back to H2 because this is going to be kind of separate, and just like conclusion, everything they learned. Obviously, you can put some affiliate links somewhere if you're going to be promoting maybe a ClickBank offer, or maybe you're going to be promoting ClickFunnels, affiliate links, okay, so on and so forth. Also, affiliate links don't have to just be down there. I'm just putting that there as an extra reminder, okay? So when you have it set up like that, what happens, okay? A lot of times people will just create their post. Let's say it came out to 1,000 words. It was pretty good. They added images. They added alt tags in there to get some extra keywords in there. And what happens, they just sit there and they're like, well, no one's going to my post. It's been a week. It's been a month. It's been 2 months or whatever. Depending on the difficulty of the keyword, a lot of times, depending on if it's really, really difficult or difficult at all, you're going to need some links to pretty much move it up in the search engine. Now, links are pretty much votes. Whenever someone gets a backlink, depending on a lot of factors like the amount of traffic to the website, how relevant the website you're getting a link from is towards you. That's another one, like the domain authority and so on and so forth. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But the more links you get, the more Google says, okay, this is like a vote saying that this website is really good. We're going to push it up in the ranks. Okay, so now that we have it finished, one of my favorite ways of getting links, okay, backlinks, as people like to say, let's make this bigger. All right, we're done with our, what's it called? So guest post. Okay, so guest posts are pretty much where you go to a site and say like, hey, I'd love to write an article for you. Are you still accepting guest posts? Okay, and the cool thing about it is that guest posts are really win-win because yes, you're going to have to be writing articles. You can always outsource it if you want. But the cool thing is you get a backlink, and backlinks are a very big deal when it comes to Google. In my opinion, aside from like how you write your content, backlinks are one of the biggest movers in terms of getting your website or specific article or specific URL ranked up higher in Google. Okay, some people will tell you otherwise. Sometimes I've heard people say you don't need any links whatsoever. That works sometimes, but for the majority of people, even if you have like the best written content ever, if you kind of wait there and hope that people are going to find it and link to it, it's not a good thing. Trust me on that one. A lot of people do that. It doesn't work out well for them in the first place. You need to be more aggressive when it comes to it. Go out there and get yourself some links and actually control the destiny of your website so you can get more free traffic, okay? So guest posts I'm not going to go over too much because usually there's different like rules for each person or each website that you go to. They're going to allow you to do this. They're not going to allow you to do this. But the fact of the matter is, once you actually write your guest posts, let's say it is, 800 words, you also get a backlink in there. Okay, so let's say there's a section in your post talking about, let's say you did a guest post and say like the #1 affiliate network, and you're going to talk about ClickBank. So in there, since it's about ClickBank, you could also put in a link that's going to say, if you'd like to learn more about utilizing ClickBank, you can check out this great post. There we go, great post. And you would link this, assuming that the website owner would allow you to do that. I'm just going to underline it and make it blue. No, not highlight. Where's the color wheel? I don't know where it is, but this would be your link, okay? And that's what would happen. You would get, quote unquote, a vote. Sometimes it takes, a few days, sometimes a few weeks for it to kick in, but the more difficult that the keyword is, the more backlinks you're going to need. The cool thing about this is that guest posts are free. Sometimes they are going to be paid. Not a big deal, especially if you got some money to spend. They're not going to be too much, but the higher the domain authority, the more traffic they get, usually there's going to be either longer or sometimes you're going to have to pay for them. But when you repeat this process, this is how you can actually get free traffic to your website thanks to search engine optimization. Like I said, this is pretty much a very simple version of this. There is a lot that goes into SEO, but if someone was just starting, like even when I first started SEO many years back, I kind of did it and then stopped. But when I figured out that I can go after more long tail keywords that literally have no competition, and even if they're only getting like 5 to 10 visits per month, when you do a lot of those and you don't need to build backlinks to them, that really adds up over time. And when you can do that to multiple websites, it's really going to help you when it comes to actually making more commissions. In fact, there's been times where I've ranked in Google for probably 9 out of 10 of these spots on the first page just because I made multiple websites. I was the only one going after it. And heck, I just didn't want the traffic from the #1 spot. I want #2, #3, #4, #5. I remember someone said that to me, someone who I look up to when it comes to SEO. They're like, one of the best pieces of advice when it comes to SEO is that when something's working, do it multiple times. Don't just get traffic from the #1 spot, get it from the rest of the spots as well. And actually figured that out once I was already doing it. So I'm like, well, I'm glad I did that because if that person's doing it, I'm going to as well. But that pretty much wraps it up. That in a nutshell is how you can actually get some free traffic to your website. I hope you got something out of this. I know like it's not super in depth, but it's at least going to help you go in the right direction when it comes to getting free traffic to your website. Aside from that, I'll put a link/button down below if you'd like an extra cool resource when it comes to building and growing your online business, so you can actually use that free traffic to direct it to whether it's recurring offers, mid-ticket offers, or even high-ticket offers. offers that will make your efforts pay off even more. That's about it. I'm James Canzanella. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon.